Less than 2 weeks ago, this is another thing that I called, by the way. Less than 2 weeks ago, neocons were boasting that they had taken over the Democratic Party. This was the second time in this century this faction has wrecked a national coalition.
But here was the thing about the cheering that I loved.
This is like supposed to be the center-right, never Trump Republican central. And look at the realization that they came to.
Speaking of Stonewall. But also, I think it's amazing when you get 75,000 presumably libs on the ellipse.
Didn't you call this out when a transgender was complaining that they weren't advocating for trans people? You warned them that when they lose, they would become transphobic? Yes.
And she's like, we're going to have the most lethal fighting force. And people are like, yeah. And she's like, and we're going to secure the border. And people are like, yeah. And I was just like, this is, and she's, you know, we are going to be leaders in the world. And we're not going to let these guys push us around. And I was like, man, the world's really changed.
Did the neocons just take over the Democratic Party?
Don't. Look, he goes, don't even joke about that. Look. Don't
Man, the world's really changed.
Loud.
Did the neocons just take over the Democratic Party?
Don't say that.
Yeah.
It's gross, but it's the truth. It's gross, but it's the fucking truth. And let me take it one step further. Months and months ago, I told you guys, like last year, a couple years prior, I told you that there was a limit to how much the way that the American public was going to perceive support for Ukraine in a positive manner. And this is not about the moral position, okay? I'm not making a moral position here. I'm not, because the morality of the situation is clear. Ukraine has a right to freedom. Ukraine has a right to defend itself from Russian invasion. But I told you for years at this point that people were going to look at the situation and go, what the fuck are we doing? Like, why are we just giving unlimited billions to Ukraine? Because Americans are deeply selfish. They see that as like straightforwardly a continuation of war, and not just about Ukraine, but Gaza as well. Okay? I told you that Americans were going to be like, dog, my egg prices are so fucking high. Why are you giving money to other people overseas? Okay? That's it. Donald Trump very successfully tailored himself by lying as the guy who was going to end that shit. And it's dumb. It's fucking dumb. Bro, you are delusional. Trump supports Israel. Do you think I don't know that? Are you fucking stupid? Are you dumb? That's not what this is about at all. We're talking about perception. Narrative is more important than truth, okay? That's it. We live in a post-facts world. We live in a post-truth world. Narrative trumps truth. Narrative trumps facts. And Donald Trump was able to, regardless of his track record on this issue, whether it be Israel or whether it be, continuing wars in general, okay, was able to successfully say to Americans, guess what? No new wars under my administration. I'm going to fucking end Ukraine. I'm going to end Gaza. Okay? And for a lot of Americans, they were like, I don't like war. Why are we giving so much money overseas? Fuck it. Now, is he actually going to do that? Fuck no. And I said that as well. Okay? Especially because it's weird to come to me as a left voice who absolutely is targeted more than your favorite right-wing content creator. Okay? And the reason why I'm targeted is not because I'm secretly a reactionary or secretly have like anti-Semitic tendencies or anything like that. I am straightforwardly targeted because I speak out about our unconditional death spiral allegiance with the nation state of Israel. Okay? I promise you, there are very few right-wing content creators that get this actively hounded. And the reason for that is because of my opinions or my coverage, my consistent coverage on what is this? People are fighting under my tweet as we speak about how you support terrorism, Lamau. Exactly. So, like, the point is, for a lot of Americans who value themselves as like anti-war, who see themselves, no joke, your stalkers yesterday said they have 4 tech developers analyzing your streams chats for free search, for free to search for anti-Semitism law. I know, it's fucking insane. And it's especially crazy because like we there are people who come in here and say unhinged shit. And there are people who hate raid, you know what I mean? And we fucking ban them. It is so nutty that people are personally taking it upon themselves to do this kind of stuff. You know? Anyway,